where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1-2, but we're number one. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple. Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chiefin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me. K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the boys,
High school, champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you back into Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. I am Todd Duke, and we're glad that you're with us here on this Saturday evening for little boys high school basketball action. And we welcome you in to the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network, brought to you by Cullip Jennings Florist, a staple in the Collinsville area. They have been for many, many a generation. Cullip Jennings Florist is located at 517 West Clay Street. You can stop in for weekly specials. Right now, of course, they are all about Valentine's Day. Today's the 1st of February. Valentine's Day will be in 13 days there, guys and gals. So if you have a special someone in your life, now is the time to go ahead and order your dozen roses or whatever it is you're going to order from Cullip Jennings Florist. And you can do that by giving them a call at 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com. Kahoks come in trying to shake off a loss last night at O'Fallon as Collinsville lost their first game of the year to snap the 22-game win streak to start the year. So the Kahoks come in at 22-1, and they'll take on a non-conference foe tonight. The Normal Community Ironmen are in town, and Normal comes into this contest with a record of 17-6. They play in the Big 12 Conference, and right now they are 4-3 in conference play, and that puts them in the second spot behind Peoria Notre Dame, who is number 1 in the Big 12 Conference. They have an overall record of 20-1, and the Irish are 5-1 in conference play. Collinsville, of course, coached by Darren Lee in his 11th year, and for Normal in his 21st year is Dave Witzig. He now has a record of 416 wins and 206 losses. We'll take a break here on the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show. I had a chance right after the girls' game ended to catch up with Collinsville head coach Darren Lee to talk about last night's loss against O'Fallon and how they move forward from here. We'll pass that conversation on to you next as the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs. from traditional to trend settings. College Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, College Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. College Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at collegejennings.com.
We welcome you back into the College Jennings Forest pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Game number 2 on the day for your Collinsville Kahawks as the boys take the court following the ladies. As we visit now with Collinsville head coach Darren Lee. Coach, let's go back to last night's game against O'Fallon and the loss there, and your thoughts on the game.
Oh, well, we didn't play as well as we'd like offensively for sure. We didn't execute very well, didn't shoot it very well at all. So, you know, they did a good job defensively, and we didn't do a very good job. So that's not a very good combination. And so hopefully we can play a little better offensively. Now defensively, we did okay for a while, I thought, especially the first half. Not too bad, but just didn't make enough shots and probably didn't put up enough good shots.
I've been traveling around, and every time I go to a grocery store or a convenience store, I get people to stop me all the time. And here recently, a lot of them have been saying probably wouldn't be a bad idea if we lost a game. I don't like to hear that, and I know that coaches don't like to hear that. What's your philosophy on this? A lot of people are saying this will help them. It'll help them move forward. They get the one bad one out of the way, and things will straighten out and iron themselves out. So what's your thoughts on that process?
Well, not really. To me, you know, I don't want to lose any games. So I mean, you know, we had some cracks in the armor come out a little bit, and hopefully we can fix those. But I really don't like to lose a game. I really didn't think about it that much. I really didn't think we would get through the season undefeated, so I really wasn't too worried about it. I mean, just this stretch of 5-6 games, I didn't anticipate getting through that undefeated. I mean, all these. Getting through the Beverly Hills tournament and then try at O'Fallon and Normal. I didn't. If you'd asked for going undefeated, I said no, but I didn't know which one we'd lose. But you know, those are good teams. And O'Fallon's a good team, and Normal's a really good team. So just winning the night's gonna be tough for us. So I didn't think we'd get through the season undefeated, but hopefully we can. Sometimes you can look at some things that you didn't do well and get guys. Attention about more attention to detail in certain areas, so maybe that could help us.
Started off the season 22-0. That in itself was pretty historic. You knocked off some good teams along the way there from way back in the past. So I hope that this doesn't get lost on the team and the kind of the value of the whole historical situation of it all.
Absolutely, starting 22 in a row. That's the best start by far since '77. 17 won 30 in a row. So you know, when you look at it that way, that's an incredible start. Just to win 22 in a row at any point in any season is incredible. So hats off to what our kids were able to do, and hopefully we can start it again.
How was the team's mindset today when you headed into practice?
I thought it was good. You know, we went over a little video, just some things I thought we needed to do better. I was disappointed in some things offensively, execution-wise, and it was good. I think it was good. Now I'm a little worried about just the amount of games we've played and our legs and our energy. You know, I know they're young kids, but we still played a lot of games in a short period of time, and I knew that when we scheduled it. That's just kind of the way the schedule went down.
So you'll have a little bit of time off between now and the next game. You don't have another game until Friday at Granite City.
Correct, and that will help. But now we got to get through tonight, and we got to get through a good Normal team that really guards well, and they're well coached by Coach Witzig, and been there a long time. So it'll be tough, but you know. We played a lot of good teams here lately. We've had a heck of a schedule.
All right, let's talk about the Ironmen from Normal here for just a moment. As far as I can tell, only one time in your career since you've been at Collinsville you played them. That was in 2015 in the O'Fallon shootout, so totally two different teams from 5 years ago. What do you know about this year's version?
Well, like I said, they guard well. You know, they got some guys that can shoot it. They're young. They got some good sophomores. I talked to Coach. He says they're a year away from being really good. And you know, so they're a good basketball team. And like 15 now, they got second in state that year. They beat Simeon in the Super Section. That was a really good team that we played in 15. And so they're a really good young team, is what I could tell you.
What do you want to see out of your guys tonight?
better offensive execution. I want better shot selection. I want to run some offense. I want to establish our post player a little better. KJ inside, and Nate, and our 5-men, our guys in the bucket. So I definitely want to execute our offense better. I mean, we didn't shoot it well, but a little bit of that was because we didn't run offense. I mean, we shot 25 threes and made 3 of them. I mean, that's about ridiculous. We got to do better than that.
Final question for you. We've made it to the month of February, so that means Aaron Moulton's getting closer and closer to coming back. What's the latest on him?
I don't know about that. He's pretty far away, it looks like to me. So I'm hoping. No, I'm not seeing it. Maybe we'll see. Hopefully it gets a little better this week. He hasn't really done anything yet, so I still think coming back this year is. I'd put less, 50-50 maybe. Hopefully you can get in a uniform sometime before the year's out.
Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
And as Darren Lee, your Collinsville Kahok head coach, will take a break here on the Collinsville Jennings Flores pregame show. When we come back, we'll pass along the starting rosters to you and more names and more numbers coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
Call Up Jennings Flores, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Flores has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Flores is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Flores is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Flores, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering, wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Call Up Jennings Flores, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Flores has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Flores is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Flores is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Flores, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
And once again, welcome back here to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. I am Todd Duke. As we get you ready for this game between Collinsville and Normal Community. And here are your starting lineups. We'll begin with the visitors. Normal Ironmen, they're dressed in all orange. Their numbers are in white on the fronts and the backs of their jerseys, and they have the word Ironmen written across the fronts of their jerseys. And they'll throw out Jay Gillespie, the 6'3" senior, along with Trey Red, a 5'10" sophomore, Zach Cleveland, a 6'6" sophomore, Griffin McCluskey, a 6'1" senior, and Mitchell Souter, a 5'10" senior. Collinsville, they of course will be in the home white jerseys. The numbers will be in purple, and the Kahok's written across the fronts of their jerseys will also be in purple, and they'll have the usual starting 5 out there. Kawan Smith, the 5'9 senior. Rayshawn Taylor, the 6'1 senior. Nate Hall, the 6'7 junior. Laurent Geladini, the 6'3 senior. And Kadrian Jones, the 6'6 senior. Zach Roseman is along on the camera tonight, and joining us on the other microphone is none other than Dave Wilhelm, formerly of the Belleville News Democrat, as well as the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. And once again, welcome, Mr. Wilhelm.
Thank you. It's great to be here. It's always great to be around high school basketball, as you know.
Well, we know that Collinsville lost their only game of the year so far last night against O'Fallon, and a lot of people I talked to, including people we were just sitting here talking to next to you, say that it's a loss and it sucks because no one likes to lose. But as Coach mentioned in the pregame show, he didn't expect to go 30-0 this year, and the best thing for the Kahoks to do is rebound from that loss.
Yeah, what are the chances of going undefeated through a season anyway? Probably nil, really, unless you're just an unbelievable team. The thing about the game last night, okay, yeah, they lost. It was ugly. They played horribly. But O'Fallon, give them credit. O'Fallon's played them tough both times. O'Fallon could have won the first time they played them. It's one of those situations where O'Fallon might not be as talented as Collinsville, but for whatever reason, they match up well with them. And that happens in sports all the time. You can have a team that's not real good, but they match up with an elite team for whatever reason. And maybe O'Fallon just matches up well with Collinsville, and give them credit. They played well.
Yeah, and they did. And a lot of folks are saying, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in one season. And everybody's thinking in the tops of their heads that in the future it looks like Collinsville and O'Fallon will probably meet somewhere in the playoffs. So probably better that they did lose that game, because now they can concentrate on beating O'Fallon in the playoffs.
That's for sure. And also Collinsville's probably ready to get back on that floor for the shootout to get that game from last night wiped out of its mind altogether.
On the floor right now, that is the new wrestling coach, Joe Beavis, and he is with Jalen May. We had last night's contest, the wrestling match with Jacksonville and Wood River, and Jalen May ended up going with 2 wins last night, and he ties the all-time wins record in Collinsville Kahok wrestling with Mike Delisle. Delisle graduated in 1995, and now Jalen May has 151 wins on the year in the wrestling department in his career, and can pass the record by Mike Delisle with a win Saturday in the regional. So congratulations to Jalen May, a very well-deserved congratulations.
Yeah, Todd, you've seen him a few times wrestle, I'm sure.
I have. Last couple of weeks, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
So that's nice to see that they're recognizing him here as they get ready to announce the starting lineups. Well, we go back and we look at history for Collinsville. They got off to that 22-0 start. Teams that only lost 1 game in the season, because that's where Collinsville is now. You have 4 of those. The 19-20-21 team went 20-1. The 56-57 team went 34-1. The 63-64 team went 28-1. And the 76-77 team went 30-1. So it's still very good company here Collinsville is keeping.
Yeah, no doubt. Elvis was alive for 2 of those seasons you were just talking about.
Yeah, he wasn't there for the 2021 season.
No, he didn't make it for there, but he was there for the next 2.
Yeah, Coach Lee is 0-1. Yeah, Coach Lee's 0-1 against this team right here. The only time they've met previously that I could find in the last 20 years was at the O'Fallon shootout back in 2015. That's when Collinsville had Mondre Rickman and Anthony Wilkinson and Sean Davis.
Oh, right.
Collinsville lost that game by 10 points, 46-36.
Well, Todd, the basketball season is full of ebbs and flows, and Collinsville's had such an up season. After last night, you can bet they looked at this schedule and they were so glad they have a game tonight.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
This instead of lingering for a week.
Yeah, because it would have, because their next game is not until next Friday at Granite City.
It would have. It would have gnawed away at them, and it could have made it worse. Now, the other side of that is the gamble. If you go out tonight and have lay an egg again, then you're thinking, oh no, what is going on? And then that long week until next week, that will seem like an eternity. So there is a little bit of risk-reward situation here tonight.
Right, and I know that no one really cares about the rankings entirely too much. But Collinsville was ranked number 2. Chicago Curry was ranked number 1. Curry already had a loss on the year, and they got underway about 35 minutes ago against Vashon. So we'll try and see if we can pay attention to that one. If Vashon can knock off Curry, then Collinsville wins here tonight. They still got that shot at making number 1.
Yeah, or they could at the very least stay number 2.
Right.
If Curry stays number 1. Now, I don't know below anybody that's doing real well that could push up high enough to get up to the 1 or 2 spots. Probably isn't going to happen. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, the polls are fun for the fans, and the players say they don't care, but they do care about it.
They do, yeah, you know they do. That's funny when they say I don't care.
Yeah. this team tonight will challenge them, and this will be a good game. I mean, I'm guessing, and we're all fooled by high school sports all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm guessing the Collinsville's going to come out gangbusters. I think we spoke briefly earlier today via text. I think Collinsville's going to come out and just be so hungry in this game. You may see them playing at a far different level than we saw last night.
Normal played last night as well. They're coming off a 58-46 win over Bloomington, so they have a win going on while Collinsville is coming off a loss. And in the floor is Zach Cleveland, the 6'6 sophomore, against Nate Hall, the 6'7 junior for Collinsville. A nice big crowd on hand once again as the tip-off is won by the Ironmen, and they bring it up, and that is Trey Red over in front of the Kahok bench. He'll get the ball to Mitchell Souter. Souter gets it up inside, then gets it right back over to Cleveland, and Cleveland moves it outside, and over here in this far side corner, that is McCluskey. Not any relation to Dr. Chris McCluskey, because Dr. Chris spells his with a K, and this kid spells his with a C. First missed basket belongs to Normal, and the first rebound belongs to Rayshawn Taylor. He leads in that category for his Collinsville Kahawks as well, obviously, in the point category as well. Rayshawn, offset free throw line, takes the shot, swoops out, won't go in. There's KJ with the rebound. He puts it back in for the first 2 points of this game.
Big rebound by KJ, and you can't rely on Rayshawn all the time. They're going to have to get help from up and down the lineup, but it can't just be Rayshawn all the time, even though he clearly can do that.
Yeah, he can take a game over, but you don't want him to have to do that every single game, and I think that was a big reason why they lost last night.
Absolutely was.
And a three-point try there by Normal, no good, and there is Skeet. Kawan Smith with the rebound for the Kahawks. Collinsville's up 2-0, second possession of the game as Smith gives over to Geladini. Back to the top now for Rayshawn Taylor. He moves his way over to the left wing, makes his move, kicks it outside. Nate Hall wide open for three. That falls a little short. And the rebound is batted around for a minute, and it ends up into the hands of Kadrian Jones, but he's smacked by Trey Red, and Red is going to pick up the first foul of this game.
Kadrian was in the right place at the right time. Ball came loose, and there it was in his hands all of a sudden.
And Rayshawn last night had 16 points. That moved him into the number 3 spot all time, taking over Terry Bethel's spot. Bethel graduated in 1957, and now Rayshawn with 1,947 points coming into this game. Has the number 3 spot all to himself, and he starts the night just 27 points behind Richard Keene, who graduated in 1992 with his 1,968 points.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time now, barring injury. And I hate to even say the word to put it out there, but I mean, if Rayshawn's healthy, the record is his.
Yeah, he's only 94 points off of Tom Parker's mark now, so
92 now, so.
And
he can score from all places on the floor.
Taylor's first 2 points of this game, 4-0 in favor of Collinsville. Here is Trey Red, the 5'10 sophomore, with the ball. Out to the top of the key to Cleveland. Over on the far side to McCluskey. Back to the top of the key for Souter. Souter dribbles with the left hand just once, picks up his dribble and gives it back over to Red. Over on the far side now for Gillespie. Jay Gillespie, 6'3" senior, fires, and he's fouled. Shot won't fall, but he'll be going to the line, and I believe this foul is going to go to Nate Hall.
Gillespie is one strong young man. I mean, I saw some photos of the game last night where he's leaping for rebounds. He is way over people, and he's got tremendous strength in his upper body. It kind of deceives you when you look at him now, but he's a very strong young man.
First one's good. And the first points are on the board for Gillespie. And he came in. They got weird numbers here. They don't have any total numbers. They don't have total points. I think that's what the PF stands for, because they've got the points per game over here, and it's exactly the same. Next one's good for Gillespie.
Yeah, I think they're the same. PF and PPG are the same, so I guess they do things different in Central Illinois.
Gillespie came in at a 79% free throw shooter, and now a loose ball. Collinsville picks it up. And here is Rayshawn Taylor kicking it out to Nate Hall. Nate brings it around from in front of the iron bench over here into this corner for Geladini. Geladini from the left wing into the paint for KJ. Turn around, jump shot, little hook, won't fall, and the rebound belongs to Normal. Ironmen bring it up. That is Trey Red. Red has the ball knocked out of his hands, and it'll stay with the Ironmen as they'll inbound right at the end of the scorer's bench.
Kahawks would like to get a better game from Nate Hall tonight, too. He struggled last night from the field.
Everybody struggled from three-point land. They hit 3 of 20 three-pointers last night, Collinsville did.
Yeah, you can't point the finger at any one person. They all had down nights, and that's a team. That's just what happens sometimes. It's high school sports.
Here is Cleveland over to Red. Red back to Cleveland. He's in the paint, kicks it back out, and a head fake there by Gillespie. He'll pull out just from the free throw line, take the shot, and it's out of bounds off of the hands of Jones, and the Ironmen will get to inbound from underneath of their own basket. Inbound pass coming in from Trey Red. Turnaround jump shot by Cleveland, and it rattled for a minute. Looked like it wanted to come out at first, and then it went back in, and we are tied at 4.
Tough shot. He was moving and kind of drifting away from the hoop and got it to go.
There's Gelladini into the corner now for Smith. Kawan Smith dribbles his way into the perimeter, pulls up, takes a shot, can't get it to fall, and Collinsville having a hard time making buckets fall here early on. We hope that's not a trend. As Red brings it back up for Gillespie. Gillespie moves it inside for Cleveland. He tries to back his way in from KJ and can't find an opening, so we'll go back to the passing, and in the meantime, Keetrine Jones is going to pick up his first foul, the team's second. Iron will make their first substitution as they bring in Brevin Harden, a 6'5", have no idea what class he's in. I'm missing a lot of stuff over here. Some of the guys I don't have heights for, some of them I don't have what year they are.
It'll be a hodgepodge tonight.
Yeah.
We'll do the best we can.
All right, and here is Harden. Gives to Cleveland at the free throw line. Cleveland takes a shot. It's off to the left. KJ tips the rebound into the hands of Nate Hall, and Collinsville brings it up. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor being watched by Gillespie. Gives it up over to Kawan Smith. Smith over to Gelladini. Gelladini trying to work it inside to Keetrine Jones. He gives it up for Rayshawn. He'll turn around and take the shot, but a foul on the attempted block by Jay Gillespie, and Gillespie will pick up his first and the team's second.
Gillespie doesn't think he fouled him. He kind of disagreed with the call. It looked like he got all ball, but I guess he came down on the arm.
Looked for a minute like to me he got all ball, but they're a lot closer than we are.
Gillespie's a big body. He's quick, too. He'll give Rayshawn some troubles, at least, just athletically speaking. He's leaving now, though.
Taylor hits the free throw shot. And Collinsville goes back out front by 1. Rayshawn on the year, a 71.2% free throw shooter. And the second one's good as well. He was even having trouble from the free throw line last night, Rayshawn was. And we know normally he does not miss much.
No, it just underscores everything that happened last night, Todd. It's just there were so many facets of that game that just didn't work in the Kahok's way, and that was definitely one of the weirder ones.
Crofton Perry, the 6-foot sophomore, into the game now for Normal. Over onto the far side wing and the sideline for Red, and now back over to Perry. Perry back over here on this wing for McCluskey. McCluskey at the free throw line picks up his dribble and looking for some help, finds it in the form of Zach Cleveland. Cleveland dribbles, and then Skeet almost knocked that ball out of there, and then Red comes in, takes a shot from just outside the paint, can't get it to fall. Rebound is knocked out of bounds, and they're going to say Gelladini was the last one to touch it. 3:05 left to play here in quarter number 1. 6-4 in favor of Collinsville. As the ball comes out front to McCluskey. Back into the corner it goes for Red. He almost stepped out of bounds and had to throw it back in, and around the horn it goes before it's thrown away by Normal. Right into the hands for Smith, and Kawan is on the board for his first 2 points.
I don't know if there's a better player I've seen in a long time of covering basketball that has that outlet pass on the money like Rayshawn.
There's Red with a shot from about 8 feet out. It won't fall. Collinsville picks up the rebound. Here comes Taylor and company once again with 2.5 to go in this first quarter. Baseline shot for Taylor. Can't get it to go. Put back is good by Keetrine Jones.
I mean, Todd, Rayshawn's like a quarterback sometimes. He just throws that ball on the money with guys on the run. Leads to so many layups.
I interviewed him a couple of weeks ago, and he said that, at one point he wanted to be a quarterback.
Yeah.
Here's a steal by Smith. Underhand toss. No good. And the rebound belongs to Red. Red brings it back up. Dumps it off to Cleveland. Cleveland probably should have been called on the foul by Jones, but they let him go. And he gets the 2 points that way. Here's Smith back in the other end. A 3-point shot misses the mark, and the rebound belongs to Normal. Here's Cleveland once again. He loses control of the ball. Smith has it, and Kawan Smith brings the ball up for Nate Hall for 3. That's a little bit too strong. Gelladini gets the rebound, throws it into KJ, and back out to Rayshawn for 3, and that one's a little bit too long. This time the rebound belongs to Normal. They bring it back up. 90 seconds left to play here in a very fast-moving first quarter.
Yeah, game opening up, but nobody can hit shots right now. Rayshawn was wide open for that 3.
Perry Out front for McCluskey, and then McCluskey gives it up to Red. Red moves in, free throw line, spin move, turnaround shot, good on the fadeaway.
He just lost Kawan on that. Skeet was with him for a while, and then I looked up, and he was no one on him.
2-point game, Collinsville with the lead. Here is Kawan Smith bringing the ball up here over toward the left wing. 1 minute to go as he moves over to the right side, gives to Nate Hall. Top of the key now for Taylor. Taylor up inside for Kawan Kedrian Jones off the glass, good for two.
Another great feed by Rashawn Taylor. Not as hard a pass as the ones he makes court long sometimes, but boy, right on the money.
Looks like the Iron want to bring in substitutions. They got 3 guys waiting in front of the scorer's bench while David Granger is the only Kahok there. That ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to belong to the Iron, and I don't know about that. Looked like Red had his hand on the ball, and then it rolled across the purple.
Yeah, that could have gone either way. I didn't see it the same way either, so. They're going to throw bodies. They're pretty deep, Normal is. I think they play 9-10 guys on a regular basis. They're pretty deep, so they're going to try to keep some fresh legs in there. Collinsville looks like it has a chance to pressure them and cause some mistakes. We'll see what happens.
Red brings the ball up now to Gillespie. Gillespie stands with it over on the right wing. 25 seconds to play in this first quarter. 4-point lead by Collinsville, and here is Gillespie still over on the right wing. Dribbles his way back toward the midcourt stripe with 15 seconds left, and now we're going to have a foul called on Nate Hall. That's going to be his second. David Granger did come into the game. He took the place of Kedrian Jones.
Tough foul to give when you're 26, 27 feet away from the basket. And Coach Lee obviously isn't very happy about that. They're going to have to get him out.
Yeah, Nate Hall is going to leave, and in his place will be Caleb Ballinger, the 5'9" junior for Collinsville.
And Nate's getting some coaching up on the bench. It's just a foul you don't like to see.
There's a tip ball, but that ends up being with the Iron for now anyway. Now Kawan Smith comes away with another steal. And he waits for his teammates to catch up. 5 seconds left. Here is Rashawn Taylor. Taylor dribbles, free throw line, kicks it out. Bollinger at the buzzer, no good. That's the way the first quarter comes to a close. Collinsville 12 and Normal with 8. We'll take a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network, and quarter number 2 will head your way next.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Zach Roseman, Dave Wilhelm with you. Before we get back to basketball action, got to say a big congratulations to the Kahok boys bowling team, finishing in 6th place in the state tournament, and Nathan Hay finished in 12th place overall as an individual, so he'll get a medal. And not bad at the end of the day yesterday. Collinsville was in 11th place, 500 pins behind first place. They made up about 150 pins and ended up in 6th.
I'm sure St. Clair Bowl was rocking today with all those kids bowling.
Oh, I'm sure.
Wow.
All right, back to action. Here is Bollinger with the ball, and he'll underhand it to Rashawn Taylor. We're underway here in quarter number 2, 12-8 in favor of Collinsville. The 4-point lead belonging to the Kahawks, as well as the basketball right now. And here is Bollinger deep in the corner on the far side. Around the horn it goes. Hand off to Granger on the left wing. He moves it up inside to Kedrian Jones. Jones with a strong move. Can't finish, though, and the rebound belongs to Cleveland. And the Iron bring it back up. Handoff goes to Red. Now putting on a little pressure in the backcourt is Rashawn Taylor. Almost a travel there by Red, and he gets the ball up to Cleveland before that can happen. Back over to Red. Now over to Gillespie in front of the Kahawk bench. Back to Red. R-E-D-D is how you spell Trey Red's last name. He has the ball back toward midcourt. We're just underway here in the second quarter. Here is Cleveland. He'll dribble and drive, and That's a foul. I don't know if they could have called a travel before the foul even happened.
It looked like it could have been a trick. Could have gone both ways. Boy, I've seen a couple of times where it looked like it was a travel out there, and they haven't called it yet. But,
So Keidrian Jones has 2 fouls. Nate Hall has 2 fouls, and Nate Hall comes back in to take the place of Jones. Inbound pass will come offset to the right of the basket for Normal by Red to Cleveland. He hops, skips, and jumps through the lane and puts one in the basket for his 6th point.
Looks like he's a pretty good player. He goes toe-to-toe with Kadrian in there.
2-point lead now for Collinsville. Granger with the ball to Nate Hall, and Hall is fouled from behind by Zach Cleveland. That'll be his first, team 3rd. Collinsville has 4, both of them. 2 for Jones, 2 for Hall. Inbound pass will come in from Rayshawn Taylor to David Granger to Kawan Smith. Back to Taylor for 3, and he's just off on that one as well. Collinsville now 0 for 4 from the 3-point stripe. And here is Red. He'll get the ball over to Peyton Roman, who's into the game for the first time tonight for Normal. Over to Gillespie. Gillespie on the near side sideline over here on this right wing. 6:10 left to play here in this second quarter. Back to Red. Outside the lane to Gillespie. He'll turn around, take the shot off the glass. Good for 2.
Great move.
And we are tied at 12.
Todd, he really showed his athleticism there, didn't he, on that play?
Sure did.
It looked like he had the ball slapped, and then he was able to recover it and lay it off the glass. Really nice move.
Here's Granger out top now for Taylor. Over onto the wing for Smith. Smith flirts going into the perimeter for a while and then brings it back out. Now he'll play traffic cop and give some directions to Hall, to Ballinger. Ballinger uses Taylor as a screen, and then Taylor gets the ball right back. Taylor over into the corner here for Nate Hall. Hall tried to drive baseline, cut off by Cleveland, and that ball is poked out of bounds by Cleveland. Normal has come to play.
Yeah, they're a tough team. 17 wins. They play a pretty tough schedule in the central part of the state. Big win last night, emotional win over Bloomington. They're coming out hard tonight, too.
Here's Taylor all the way across the way. Now it ends up into Hall's hands from Ballinger, back to Ballinger, and back to Hall. Hall on the right wing. Bounce pass at the free throw line. Give to Smith. He pops and drops.
That time, Rashawn got rewarded for giving the ball up.
Sure did. Collinsville back out front by 2. 5 minutes to play here in this second quarter, and a little pressure being put on in the backcourt as Trey Red brings the ball up. Sticking by his side is Kawan Smith, and then Red pops one from about 7 feet out. No good. Stuffed away by Granger, and Collinsville then picks up the loose ball, and they bring it up underneath. Granger trying for the little alley-oop slam, but couldn't connect on the other end.
Bloomington wanted a foul, or I'm sorry, Normal wanted a foul on that play. A couple of times it looked like they could have called it, but didn't call it.
Ball ends up out of bounds.
Coach Witzig was wanting something there. He was pleading with the Darren Hendrickson. He's one of the 3 referees on this game tonight. Darren, of course, the baseball coach at St. Louis University.
Nice. Here's Cleveland. Hands the ball off to Red. Now fires it up over here, and around the horn we go. They move it back up inside to Cleveland. Just outside the paint. Kicks it back out. Here comes a 3-point shot. That one's a little bit too short. Off of the hands of McCluskey. And then a foul on the rebound by McCluskey. Or excuse me, by Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland got the rebound, but he got it by pushing from the back. So he's got 2 now.
Each team now has 4.
He's a nice player, Cleveland. He does a lot of good things for him. He's got 2 fouls, though, now. He's going to be on the bench.
And he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, he's impressive.
6'6" sophomore. Yes. He's got some more growing to do.
Yeah, yes, sir. You get 6'8", 6'9", perhaps. He's athletic. He'll be fun to watch.
Here is Yeladini. Gives to Taylor. Inside the paint now for Hall. Hall, turn around. Little hook shot. Can't get it to fall. Volley for the rebound. Picked up by Gillespie. And the Normal iron. Bring it up. Gillespie over to Red. Into the corner and back out now to the top of the key for McCluskey. McCluskey back over on the far side. Into the corner and then back out front for another one of their big guys, number 33, Brevin Harden, a 6'5" player. Underneath the basket, kicked it out for Harden. Now onto the wing, 3-point shot coming, and that one won't fall either for McCluskey. Each team 0 for on the 3-point tries. Collinsville 0 for 4 and Normal 0 for 3. Turn around Little shot by KJ. He now has 8 points.
Now that one might have fallen under the category of flopping. I mean, KJ went in hard, lowered his shoulder, but it looked like a little overreaction on the defender's part there. I didn't know how you saw it, but that's what it looked like.
I'll agree with you.
KJ's tough, though. He'll lower the shoulder.
Yeah.
He'll knock you around. If they let him play, KJ, it benefits KJ for sure.
Here is Red. 3 minutes to go here in this first half. Red being watched all the way. That was almost a steal by Taylor. And Taylor comes back in now. We finally get a travel. 7th turnover for Normal here in this first half.
Todd, they've spotted something for sure. They're putting a ton of pressure now on the perimeter, and they're trying to force these guys into turnovers, and it's working so far. They got to do it without fouling, though.
Here is Kawan Smith. He brings the ball up across the timeline. 2:45 left to play here in this first half. Smith hands the ball off to Rayshawn. Taylor. Over here to Nate Hall on the left wing for 3. No. 0 for 5 now.
With Nate, you're at the point where you feel like he just needs one to fall and he'll be okay, but he's really in the skids right here over the last couple of games, but he gets one to go down, he may be a different player.
There is Gillespie with a turnaround shot outside the lane. No good. Nate Hall was right there for the rebound. And Collinsville brings it back up. Right now, Normal out-rebounding Collinsville, 12-10. Here is Rayshawn Taylor at the free throw line. Makes his move into the paint. He's fouled as he lost the ball, so probably a good thing the foul was called. This one looks like it's going to go against Harden. Harden picks up his first, team 5th. Inbound pass from Geladini. All the way out to Smith. Kawan directs traffic. Brings it forward. Free throw line. He'll take a shot from there, and it's good.
He's hit a couple of 15-footers.
Kawan now with 6 points. Collinsville with a 6-point lead, 18-12. Here comes Trey Red. Gets it up to Gillespie, who fires it up on the wing to Perry. That's Crofton Perry, the 6-foot sophomore. Up underneath, no room for Gillespie to move. Back out to Perry, back to Harden. And Harden with that left-hand dribble. Dribbles it once, picks it up, and gives it back to Perry. Perry on the near side sideline. Now out to the top of the key for McCluskey, and he'll give it up over on the wing for Red. Right in front of the Kahok bench, back to Gillespie. We're down to 85 seconds left here in this first half. Harden gets it back to Gillespie on the wing, and Gillespie dribbles and drives, loses control of the ball, trying to pick it back up, and the ball on the ground. Jump ball called. Possession arrow remains in favor of Normal. You St. Louis Post-Dispatch readers, we got the one and only Benjamin Hockman sitting right up here next to Mr. Wilhelm.
House. Good to see Ben here. Good to see Ben anywhere, but he's here in Collinsville.
You know, I was disappointed when Bernie Mikolas left the paper, but this guy's filled in admirably.
Absolutely.
I was a big Bernie fan. Still am, actually. I listen to him all the time.
Well, Ben's here working on a pretty long story on the Kahoks, and it's kind of a historical piece and maybe sliding into the present here, but Ben will do a good job. We know that. Look for that in the Post-Dispatch coming up.
I share a lot of the Post-Dispatch's stuff on our page, so I'll share that as well.
Benjamin.
Here's a 2-point shot just in the perimeter from McCluskey, and that draws a whistle, and it's going to be an offensive foul. This time it's going to go, I believe, against Cleveland. Nope, it's going to go against Harden. That'll be his second in a row.
Ben Hockman just told me this story on the Kahoks will be in the paper Monday.
So
look for Ben's story on Monday in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch.
I'll sure do that, and of course I'll share it with everybody on the Kahok Sports Network's Facebook page.
And you can get your hopes up for now, folks, because he won't disappoint you.
Hasn't so far.
Nope.
Here is Smith. Kawan Smith in the slot between the top of the key and the midcourt circle. Now back out to Geladini. Back to Smith. 35 seconds left here in this first half. Collinsville looking like they're going to play for the last shot of the half. Already up by 6, looking to go up by a little bit more. Here is Smith. Puts on the brakes and left Red in his tracks for a moment. Kawan circles around everyone a couple of times. Gives it up to Geladini. Geladini gets double-teamed at the line. Looking for someone to pass it to. Finds KJ out of the perimeter. Down to 10 seconds left. Jones with the move and the bucket and the bruise.
Great move by Kadrian. Kadrian's pretty hungry tonight. What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, he is. He's the first one into double digits. He has 10 points.
No doubt. You know, he's also played great defense. Collinsville's done a good job of double-teaming the post when they get the ball inside. And defensively, this has been a great half of basketball for Collinsville.
Brevin Harden came into the game, and the 6'5" guy commits 3 straight fouls, so he heads back to the bench. KJ at the free throw line. 66% free throw shooter. I was like, man, hold on, that's not 37. I know he's better than that.
Yeah, he's better than that. Yeah, he's going to add to that here.
Oh, that one rolls right around, though. So a miss on the free throw. Rebound belongs to Normal with 3 seconds left. Here is Red. He flies in, takes the shot, and no good. And the shot by Rayshawn Taylor at the buzzer was a little bit too late. Collinsville has a 20-12 lead after one half of play as we get ready to, what are they doing?
Witzig's not happy about it.
Oh, yeah.
He's been wanting some fouls a couple of times. He hasn't got them so far.
All right, time now for our halftime show brought to you by Cafe Agape in Collinsville. Nachos, burgers, how about some meatloaf, some pork steak, some pulled pork sandwiches, fries, mashed potatoes, green beans, all of it homemade. If you would like to taste some of that great food, you can call Ron McGee at Cafe Agape, 345 Cafe. That's 345-2233. We will take a break here as we get ready to head into the third quarter, and the Cafe Agape halftime show heads your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking in the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo's O'Fallon branch office for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon. Call Bill at 618-632-1010. Visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online at fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
And once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here. It is the Cafe Agape halftime show. And let's start off by looking at some scores from out of the area, shall we? How about boys basketball? Final score, Alton beat Decatur Eisenhower by a score of 67-52. It was Centralia over Freeburg by a score of 58-41. Belleville East lost to Hazelwood East by a score of 61-56. Cahokia right now over Madison. Is that a final? 63-60. It is a final, Zach Redmond says. Mater Dei over, I can't read my own writing. What is it? Marion, 23-13. And Chicago Simeon and Hazelwood Central at Vashon. That's the other one we're keeping track of. And who won that one? 65-61. Simeon did, 65-61. And I know the Vashon game is going on as well. Excuse me. And right now, Vashon has the 1-point lead over Chicago Curry, 32-31. Chicago Curry, of course, the number 1 team in Class 4A. Collinsville, the number 2 team, as the junior Kahok basketball program is being recognized here on the floor. And let's take a look at our halftime numbers of this game. Collinsville had a 4-point lead after one quarter when it was 12-8. They then outscored Normal in that second quarter, just 8-4, a very low-scoring quarter. So Collinsville doubled up the 4-point lead, and now it's an 8-point lead at 20-12. Leading scorer in this one right now is Keedrian Jones for the Kahawks. He has 10 points. Kawan Smith has 6, and Rayshawn Taylor has 4. On the other side of the ledger, Zach Cleveland has 6 points. Jay Gillespie has 4, and Trey Red has 2. Other numbers that we have for you from the free throw lines, not very much there. Collinsville went 2 of 3, while Normal hit 2 for 2. Both teams are 0 for from the three-point line. Collinsville 0 for 5, while Normal is 0 for 3. And the turnover department, Normal had 7. Collinsville only had 1 turnover in that first half, and the rebound battle being won right now by the Normal Ironmen, 13-10. And we can tell you that the previous game to this one, the JV boys for Collinsville won over the junior varsity counterparts for Normal. That score was 46-30, in case we failed to mention that on to you at the beginning of the game. And that is a look at your Cafe Agape halftime show. We'll take another timeout, and when we come back, third quarter action will be heading your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Zach Roseman, and Dave Wilhelm with you as we get you set for the second half here between Collinsville and Normal. It is a 20-12, 8-point lead for the Kahawks. And Mr. Wilhelm, are you surprised at the low-scoring affair that this one is?
A little bit. I thought Collinsville might come out and be a little more on fire, but I think both teams are stretching it out pretty good defensively. I know Collinsville's getting after on defense, but Collinsville's not shooting the ball very well either. KJ's had a decent game with 10. I think, but no one's really, besides, and Quan Smith made some good stuff, but Collinsville's not really shooting it well either.
And on the heels of Ray Sean only scoring 16 points last night when he's good for usually 25 a game, he's off to another slow start as he only has 4 first-half points.
Yeah, that's unusual to see because we've seen games when he's had 20-some.
Yeah. We've seen games where he's had 39 in the first half.
His 39, yeah, right.
He had as many as the team did that one time. That was against Trinity, yeah.
Yeah, the night before the Triad game, I think, right?
Yeah. All right. We're back to action. Third quarter is underway. Gelladini and the Kahawks have the ball to Nate Hall. Bounce pass underneath off the glass. There's Rayshawn Taylor.
Well, maybe that'll get Nate engaged, too. If he can't, he's having trouble scoring, maybe his assist to lead to a basket will help him.
So the Kahawks start off scoring first and have their first double-digit lead of this game. It's a 10-point lead at 22-12. We'll get a up-close personal look here at Normal down here underneath the broadcast balcony. Here is Cleveland. Cleveland will put it in the corner now for Gillespie. Gillespie had 4 first-half points. He's with the ball, gets it to Cleveland, who's just outside the paint. Tries to back his way in, but instead gives it up now for Gillespie. Back to Cleveland. He'll drive. Oh! I thought Nate Hall was going to get that one blocked. And Nate will pick up his 3rd foul.
Yeah, that's another call, Todd, that looks like it could have gone either way, but like as you've mentioned many times, they're closer than we are. And
Zach Cleveland is at the free throw line for the first time tonight, and his first one is good. And young Mr. Cleveland on the year is a 65.2% free throw shooter. He misses that one. Everybody goes away from the basket except for Rayshawn Taylor and Kedrian Jones, so of course Collinsville will end up with that rebound. Everybody else started heading the other way. Been doing that all day. Here's Smith. Outside now to Gelladini in front of his bench. Laurent takes it all the way around to the other wing. Now back out to Kawan Smith. Smith dribbles, drives, and parks himself over on the right wing, and he hands the ball off to Taylor. Taylor, top of the key, free throw line, shot good.
That was a nice Rayshon Taylor shot. That's Rayshon Taylor right there.
It is. And we have a whistle on the floor. Looks like we might have someone with blood, and they'll have to go off. That means Crofton Perry will come and take the place of Mitchell Souter.
Trainer walking down there with him to tend to him.
Looks like not blood. Yeah, looks like he might have a
looks like a shoulder or elbow.
Holding on to that right arm, yeah. All right, here is Jay Gillespie. Kicks it out front to Cleveland. Cleveland with a one-arm pass to Red. Red back out front, and a dribble drive there by McCluskey. No room. Shot. Rebound belongs to Normal. They go back to work, and now they go back to work because a travel was called on Zach Cleveland. That's the 8th turnover for Normal here in this game. Collinsville inbounds, and here comes Kawan Smith up to Rayshon Taylor. Back over to Smith. Smith with a one-arm pass over to Rayshon across the line. Taylor couldn't finish up on the alley-oop try, and a bobbled ball ends up into the hands of Cleveland, and here comes Red. He falls down. Collinsville gets the ball back. Rayshon off the glass, good for 2.
Yeah, I think Normal's going to need a timeout here real soon. They're down 13 now. Looks like they might take one now. Tell them to slow down here. They're trying to keep the pace more to their favor. They don't want to get in a track meet.
There's Cleveland on the left wing. Underhand pass into Gillespie. He'll put it in the paint, takes the shot, can't get it to go. There's Nate Hall with the rebound. And Collinsville brings it back up once again. Here is Rayshon Taylor. Taylor on the right wing. Now at the top of the key. Another fadeaway jumper.
Step back jumper.
Good for Rayshon. Rayshon with 4 points in the first half, now has 8 here in the second for 12 points. 28-13 in favor of Collinsville. Over on the far side wing, now back out to the top of the key for Normal. They hand the ball off to McCluskey. McCluskey in front of his own bench out to Cleveland. Cleveland in over into the corner for Red for 3. That one rolls across the rim. Hall pulls down another rebound for the Kahawks. He gives it up to Taylor, and here comes Rayshon. He works his way into the perimeter, kicks it out into the corner for Smith. Kawan Smith on the right wing. Works his way to the top of the key. Looking for some penetration. Can't get any, so he'll kick it back outside to Taylor. Taylor dribbles his way over to the top of the key. At the free throw line, another fadeaway. This one's a little short, and there is Cleveland with the rebound for Normal. A bounce pass into Gillespie, and Gillespie couldn't get it up, and the ball ends up out of bounds. Last touch by Collinsville. KJ going in there trying to get that ball away.
KJ went in there flying. It was like, okay, if they call me for the foul on this, I don't care. I'm going to go for this ball. He took a huge swing at it.
David Granger will come in and take the place of Nate Hall. And the inbound pass triggered by Red, and he gets it to Cleveland. Cleveland standing right in front of his coach, Dave Witzig. Back over this way we go to Red. In for Perry. Perry in the left-hand corner. Out to Cleveland. Cleveland back out to the top of the key, and then over onto the wing for Gillespie, and Gillespie will hand the ball off to McCluskey. McCluskey, one dribble, picks it up, gives it back over to the outside perimeter, and now Cleveland with it. Over this way for Red. 3:40 left to play here in this third quarter. Cleveland just outside the lane. Now he's in the paint, takes the shot, and he's a little tripped up by KJ, and that ball will count.
Whirling dervish action there. And KJ fouled him, and the ball, underhand layup attempt, kind of hung on the rim for a while and fell through.
They call that one on Kawan Smith.
Kawan Smith got the foul. I thought it was KJ.
Yeah. Missed on the shot there by Cleveland.
Good closeout there by Granger to get the rebound.
And Collinsville brings it back up. 3.5 minutes to go. Here's another little pop and drop by Rayshon, but that one falls a little short. His last 2 shots have fallen short. And the rebound belongs to the iron. Here is Gillespie all the way underneath the basket. Almost had the ball ripped out of his hands. Now to Cleveland for 3. Top of the key. That's short. And Granger pulls down the rebound for Collinsville. Juan Smith brings it up. Student cheering section here in full force for Collinsville. Other than that, a little bit of a light crowd for a Saturday night. After the loss last night to O'Fallon.
Non-conference games can do that
non-conference
sometimes.
game as well. Here is Gelladini. Inside the perimeter, then back outside. Gives to Kawan Smith. Back with his feet on the big purple C. He'll move it forward. Gives it up now to Geladini. Geladini back to Smith. Inside now for Jones. Off the glass. Can't get it to go. Jones trying to battle for his own rebound. Cleveland is the one who comes away with it for the Iron, and then he'll give the ball excuse me, to McCluskey. Can't believe they called that one.
Yeah, not sure on that one either yet. It looked clean, but they may have heard something.
Rayshawn picks up his first foul of this game. 3.5 now for Collinsville, as Normal has yet to commit a foul here in this third quarter. Inbound pass comes into McCluskey. Bounces it into Cleveland. Cleveland trying to work around KJ. Throws a shot up. Hits the front of the rim. Nothing there but white jerseys to collect that ball.
Now that was a sophomore taking that shot.
And here is Smith.
Sometimes he can show his age there.
Oh, yeah, every once in a while. Here's Kawan. Left wing for Granger. Inside now for KJ. And he turns around and floats one in there. And now KJ has 12 points. His first points here in this second half. And Collinsville has doubled their lead up on Normal, 30-15. That was almost a travel as well. It was feet sliding across the floor. Here is Red to Cleveland. He tries to go in for a dunk. And he is stopped by Granger, and Granger is going to pick up the foul. Granger picks up his first, team fourth now for Collinsville. Back to the free throw line, Zach Cleveland, where he has taken all of his free throws here in this quarter. He is 1 for 3. Now 2 for 4.
Trey Red and Rayshawn Taylor exchange a few words. Those two guys have been guarding each other, and they get nose to nose before these free throws are shot.
Miss on the second one by Cleveland, and the rebound belongs to Geladini. 1:45 to play here in the third quarter. 30-16, Collinsville with the lead. Here is Kawan Smith. Smith dribbles his way into the perimeter and takes a shot that's a little bit off to the right and a little bit too strong. Rebound belongs to Cleveland once again, and the Iron bring it up. Here is Perry. Perry works it up to Cleveland. Cleveland trying to get around KJ. No good on that move, so back to McCluskey it goes. Now Cleveland again will try it, and this time we're going to have a foul called on either Geladini or Jones. It's going to go against Jones. It'll be his third. Fifth foul here in this third quarter.
I think they've decided to call a little tighter here in the third quarter. All 5 fouls have been on Collinsville, however. Of course, fans hate that time.
Oh, yeah.
Fans hate to look up and see all the fouls being on one team. Well, the home team in this case.
Good on the next one there for Cleveland. That's what a lot of folks were complaining about last night. They said the fouls were 20-3 in the first half.
No.
And Collinsville had the 20 fouls. Timeout called on the floor. We'll step aside as well. Finish that thought up in just a minute, sir. 60-second timeout, so we'll be back in just about that amount of time here on the Kahok Sports Network. Oh, John Denver Country Roads going on here.
Sounds good.
Do that at the Blues game as well when the whole crowd gets into it and starts singing it. It sounds good when the crowd does that.
Oh, yeah, they get into it. So, yeah, 20-3 fouls. Now, that's a tough situation. Now, I don't have any issue with 11-6 or 12-8, things like that, because, as I've mentioned before, it's not the ref's job to keep the fouls even, but they do. Fans get a little uncomfortable when there's a big disparity.
Yeah, well, Cleveland misses the second free throw. Collinsville had the rebound, but then they were whistled. Normal was whistled on a lane violation, so take away the rebound. And Collinsville gets the ball on the turnover instead. Here comes Rayshawn. He dumps it off to Granger, and Granger is fouled before he can even get up off the floor. This one looks like it might go against Cleveland. That'll be his third. First team foul here in this second half for Normal. And Granger at the free throw line, ready to shoot. And David on the year, 58.6 from the charity stripe, and he hits the first one. His first points of this game. Josh Chambers will check into the game for the first time. The 6'6" junior will take the place of Kedrian Jones, as Granger has one more shot coming his way. Now we got some height on the floor, don't we?
Yeah, some height and that's some athletic ability too. Granger's a pretty good athlete in there.
He makes both of his free throws, and that makes it a 32-17 game. Collinsville with the lead as we have 65 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Here is Cleveland. Cleveland hands the ball off to Red. Red at the free throw line looking for some help and finds it in the form of Gillespie. Gillespie backs up a little bit, gives it back to Red. Red, watched by Smith, gets it into Gillespie, and he puts a shoulder into Geladini, and knocks him down on his way to his 6th point of the night for Gillespie. And now a turnover for Collinsville, and now a charging foul is going to be called against Gillespie.
I mean, Rayshawn just stood there and was ready to take the hit. He did not move. That was the easiest call Darren Henderson will make all season.
Second foul for Gillespie. That's the team's second foul for Normal here in this second half. And Collinsville gets the ball back, and a foul immediately from Peyton Roman. That'll be his first, team third. So all of a sudden it goes from 5 fouls for Collinsville, none for Normal, and now all of a sudden the Ironmen have 3.
It's kind of a choppy third quarter here with fouls. Hasn't been a lot of flow this third quarter.
35.2 seconds left in this third quarter. Inbound pass comes into Nate Hall. He gets it to Taylor. Taylor might have got away with the travel there as well. Now over onto the far side, back to Taylor, up to Nate Hall. Hall in the perimeter, kicks it back out to Taylor right in front of the scorer's table. We're down to 20 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. Here is Rayshawn, cuts through a bunch of orange folks and makes 2 more. And that extends the lead out to 34-19 for Collinsville. Final 10 seconds.
Todd, when he does that, you feel like he can score on every possession.
Yep. Cleveland puts it up and couldn't get it to fall, but we're going to have a foul called against Granger on the slap. That'll be his second, team 6th. So the next foul for Collinsville, and Normal will be shooting free throws for the rest of this game. Cleveland is in there shooting free throws again, and he misses the first one this time. That's 8 shots now for Cleveland from the free throw line. He's made 3.
Yeah.
And make it 4. Jacob Jansen, the 6'8" junior, checks into the game for the first time for Normal. Here comes Collinsville at the buzzer. No good. And at the end of 3, Collinsville leads by a score of 34-20. We will take a timeout, come back with fourth quarter action, and that will come your way here in just mere moments on the Kahok Sports Network.
Everyone has those projects around the house that you just don't want to do. AW Outdoor Solutions can take care of that for you. Former Collinsville High School graduate Adam Welly owns AW Outdoor Solutions, and he and his crew can handle all of the dirty work around your home or business, whether that's tree trimming and maintenance, brush removal, power washing, gutter cleaning, and leaf raking and removal. AW Outdoor Solutions can handle that and much more. AW Outdoor Solutions is fully insured and offers free estimates on all of their work. AW Outdoor Solutions. Call Adam Welly at 314-252-8010 or on Facebook at AW Outdoor Solutions. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current one? Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now. Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis to help you find the perfect home or to help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at 618-780-4622 or visit them online at blaylockteam.com or on Facebook at the Blaylock Team.
Todd Duke, Zach Roseman, Dave Wilhelm back with you from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 34-20 in favor of Collinsville here as we begin the fourth quarter. Collinsville outscoring Normal in that third quarter, 14-8. And back to action. Gillespie off the glass for 2. And he's fouled in the process and will head to the line for a free throw. 7th team foul. Sorry, David, I didn't turn you back up. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah, there we go. That sounds better. I'm guessing we're going to see a lot of pressure from Normal. Try to get this lead back, some easy buckets.
What are you trying to do, man? Oh, okay, I got you. I always got Zach Roseman over here trying to talk to me while I have headphones on. I can never hear him.
You can see his mouth moving.
He's always trying to point out my mistakes. I forgot to put the foul against Rayshawn on there, so Rayshawn now has 2.
We need a sign language system.
I know. Rayshawn for a foul. Foul. How are you going to make an F here? 34-23. Collinsville with the 11-point lead. And here come the Kahawks. It's Gelladini at the free throw line to Nate Hall. Hall turns around and gives it up to Kawan Smith. That's the 7th team foul now for Collinsville, so the Iron will be shooting free throws from here on out. Here is Smith. Gives it to Granger, who gives it up to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor works his way over onto the left wing, immediately gets double teamed, so you know somebody's open, and that somebody was Gelladini. Back to Taylor. Taylor takes his time. He's patient. Gets double teamed again. Now a foul is going to go against Gillespie, and that'll be his 3rd. Well, we're going to say it's his 4th. I only had him down for 2, but we'll take it. 5th team foul now for Normal, and Gillespie will go out, and Crofton Perry will check back into the game.
Normal's going to need some turnovers and some runouts and lots of things to get back into this. They're only down 11, but yeah, they just
seems like a big 11, doesn't it?
Yeah, nobody really can score much tonight. Rayshawn's starting to pick it up, and you would expect him to score a lot, but boy, nobody's really clicking from offensive standpoint tonight.
Taylor now has 16 for Collinsville. Here comes Red for Normal. He slips and slides at the free throw line, takes the shot anyway. Can't get it to fall. Granger comes away with the rebound and gives it up to Rayshawn, and Taylor moves his way forward. 6.5 minutes to go here in this 4th quarter. Taylor with the left-hand dribble, now between the legs, brings it forward with the right hand, and underneath for Granger. He jumps up and gets it, but can't take the shot. Now he does, and I'm surprised there wasn't a foul called there, but it falls in for Granger, and now we have a travel against Normal.
Yep, a little pressure by Rayshawn Taylor caused that travel. Red looked up, and there was Taylor, and he shuffled his feet.
So Rayshawn will trigger the inbound. He's going to give away for Gelladini to trigger the inbound pass, and before that can happen, KJ will check back into the game for Granger. And now Gelladini ready where the inbound pass, and gets it to Taylor right off the bat, right off the glass, good for 2. Taylor climbing up the boards now with 18 points.
For Taylor, yeah.
Here comes Perry. Gives it up to Red, into the corner for Cleveland. Cleveland back to Red out toward the top of the key. He'll dribble and try to penetrate. Gives it back outside. 3-point shot. That one rattles. That is the first 3-point shot made here in this game, and it belongs to Mitchell Souter. A timeout on the floor, so we will step aside as well. It's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll take about that much time as well. Back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune has now added Collinsville to their coverage area this year, including coverage of City Hall, happenings in Collinsville, as well as coverage of the Unit 10 schools and the Collinsville Kahawks, plus more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper that is published every Thursday and has been reporting news and sports in Madison County for over 30 years. Subscriptions are only $32 for an entire year, delivered to your home and the online edition. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at www.timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Troy Times-Tribune.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, here is Rayshawn Taylor with it in front of his own bench. He'll drive, baseline, get that out of here, said somebody wearing orange, but you know what? Taylor gets it right back and says it ain't going to get out of here for very long, is it?
20 points for Rayshawn Taylor, 20 out of 42.
Collinsville back on the defensive side of things as Rayshawn has given his team a 42-26 advantage here. And now here is Cleveland. Cleveland turns around and nowhere to go. He's double teamed, underhand shot. Won't go, gets his own rebound, and Rayshon is going to get called for his third foul.
It's hard not to like Cleveland. He's a little raw sometimes, but he's just so aggressive and plays so hard. He has no fear.
Zach Cleveland has been making a living here at the free throw line, except for he's only making about half of his shots.
Yeah, he's making about half as much as his other people make, who can shoot a little more proficiently from the line. But
this is his 10th shot, and he's made 5.
5 for 9. Yeah, well, it's not great. It's not horrible either.
Oh, yeah. First time he's made both. 42-28.
He's going to be a nice player, no doubt about it.
Yeah, kind of reminds you of the sophomores that we had on this team that are now seniors.
Yep. He saw so much potential. There he is going for a steal, and he got it.
Third turnover for Collinsville, and a foul is going to be handed out to Kawan Smith this time, and back to the free throw line will be Zach Cleveland.
There is no tentativeness in Cleveland's game. He sees a play and he tries to make it. He's their best player on the floor tonight.
Cleveland, another free throw try, and this one he's getting better at him as he's getting practice.
That's 7 for 11 now?
Something like that. He had 6 points, all 2-pointers in the first half, and now he has just 1 2-pointer here in the second half, and the rest of his points have come from the free throw line as he is now up to 16.
Yeah, and Normal's in this game still. They're only 12 down with 5:02 to play.
Inbound pass comes in, and now Normal putting on some backcourt pressure. Smith breaks it with a pass to Geladini. Geladini stands at the midcourt Kahok logo and gives it up to Kawan Smith. Smith over to Taylor at the end of the scorer's table. Rayshon brings it around over to Geladini. Geladini dribbles his way around some problems, and back over to Rayshon it goes from Nate Hall. Taylor, bounce pass underneath, reverse layup for KJ. No good, gets his own rebound and puts it back in.
Another second chance basket there. Rayshon had one a few minutes ago, and now Kadrian Jones with a putback of his own miss.
14-point lead for Collinsville as we are almost halfway through quarter number 4. Bounce pass into Cleveland, just outside the lane, trying to get around KJ. Turnaround fadeaway jumper, no good. And the rebound falls right down into the hands of Jones. Gives it up to Taylor. Rayshon moves it up, slowly but surely. Rayshon trying to work his way around Souter. Does. Shot, no good. Rebound. KJ can't quite find the handle on it. Red does. And now he'll bring it back up, and another foul at the free throw line. That one's going to go against Kawan Smith. Nope, it's not. It's going to go against
Geladini. I believe he had an arm bar out there and held him back that way.
Geladini's first foul, and that's the 10th team foul. So Normal shooting 2 shots from here on out, and this is the first time to the free throw line for Red tonight.
It's not a bad foul because he was going to get a layup. He may get 2 points after all, but got to at least make him shoot it.
Trey Red on the year, 77.3% from the free throw line. And he will not make the second one.
A good foul then.
You are correct, sir. You are correct.
Because he was going to get an uncontested layup if they not foul him.
Here is Rayshon. Bounces the pass across the line to Geladini in front of the scorer's table. Geladini gets pushed back into the backcourt. Didn't call it. Hall moves in. A nice fingertip roll for Nate Hall. His first 2 points of this game.
Let's see if that can get him off the schneid because he's really been struggling from the field.
Here's Gillespie in front of his own bench. He'll hand the ball off, and a high arcing shot that rattles but won't fall for Peyton Roman. And the rebound belongs to Collinsville. Here is Smith. Works his way through a couple of defenders and now settles down out toward the midcourt stripe. Getting bumped by Red, and a technical foul going to be called against Dave Witzig. No warning. At least I don't remember there being a warning.
No, but those two, Spanky and Coach Witzig, were talking at the end of the first half. They walked off together. Very animated conversation, and clearly Coach Witzig has not been happy about the way this game has been called. And he must have said something there that could have been a spinoff of that conversation at the end of the first half.
So Rayshon Taylor at the free throw line all by himself. He hits the first one.
Now Darren Hendrickson's over there playing the role of peacemaker perhaps, or just letting Witzig vent a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes you have to do that with these coaches. Let them vent.
Oh, yeah.
And usually they're good for the rest of the game, but apparently Witzig kept on putting a little earful in your, what do you call him, Spanky?
Spanky. I'm trying to think. His real name is eluding me for some reason. It's the age catching up with me, but yeah, Spanky.
It's a suitable nickname, I guess. He looks like Spanky from the Little Rascals. There's a nice job.
That might have been where the nickname came from.
Well, yeah, that's a nice job there by Kawan Smith, who floats in the lane, and a little fingertip roll flows in for him. And now Collinsville out to a 19-point lead at 31-50. And just a minute ago, you were saying it was just an 11-point game.
Right. Yeah, it was, I think, 42-30 then maybe at the point.
Yeah.
And you felt like it wasn't over, but now it feels like it is over.
Not quite yet, though. 2:35 to go here in this fourth quarter, and here is Cleveland. He gets the ball out front and into the hands now of Roman. Roman into the lane, and that one rolls in, and KJ is going to be called for a foul.
Yeah, Kadrian got his hand on him, and the ball rolled in. We've had a few of those plays tonight where the ball was on the rim just hanging there, and it fell through for a three-point opportunity.
That's the fourth one for Kedrian Jones, and to the free throw line, Peyton Roman. He just scored his first points here in this game, and Roman on the year is a 50% free throw shooter.
You know, Todd, it feels like, Collinsville is going to win this game tonight, but they're at a point in the season, the dog days, if you will, of the season, where somebody besides Rayshawn is going to have to stand up and just raise their level of play a little bit going down the stretch.
Miss on the free throw try, and the rebound belongs to Collinsville. Kahawks bring it back up. I agree.
That's the one thing that will really help them get them over the top. One guy just stepping up and elevating his game a little bit.
There is a little floater in the lane by Geladini, and Laurent is now on the board for the first time this evening.
And that player could be Hall.
Yeah.
That player could be Hall after he gets through this little slump he's in shooting-wise. That could be the guy.
Gillespie with the ball over to Cleveland. Cleveland in front of his own bench as Witzig is now sitting down. Probably trying to cool off a little bit before he says something else to get him kicked out of the game.
And at this point, it's a 19-point affair here with 1:48 to play.
Here is Red, and he'll throw the ball out to Cleveland, and Cleveland number here in the corner for Roman for three, and that one misses. Rayshawn with the rebound. He'll bring it all the way up himself, and good for two more points.
Amazing
for
speed
Rayshawn Taylor.
Todd. Man.
Taylor now with 24 points on the evening. If he gets three more points, he will move on into the number 2 spot. Actually, 4 points will move him into the number 2 spot all by himself. 3 will tie him with Richard Keene.
Todd, he does so many things well, but the thing that stands out to me sometimes is his speed and elusiveness in the open court. He got to the rim there in just a short matter of time. He's at half court, and all of a sudden he's at the rim in a matter of 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds.
Just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here for this one. 1:28 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 54-33 in favor of Collinsville. So it looks like Dave Witzig has thrown in the towel. He'll empty his bench and bring on the underclassmen, and so will Coach Lee and his Collinsville Kahawks as he brings in Josh Chambers as well as Nick Graff, Tag Baker onto the floor, also Kyle Moore, and who am I missing? Jackson Lee, of course, Coach's son. Now we'll see if we can go through the possession of Ironman. Here is Crofton Perry. He's been into the game for a couple of times tonight. Jacob Jansen is in the game. Also Peyton Weimer. Weimer with the ball and then got rid of it over on the far side. Now Perry back with it. Shot, no good. Rebound belongs to Collinsville and Josh Chambers. Kahawks bring the ball back up with 70 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter. Over to Jackson Lee on the wing. Now out front, a Tag Baker pass was picked off by Perry, and Perry tries to make it turn into 2 points. He misses. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. They bring it on up now for Kyle Moore, and Moore will slow things down. Over here on this right wing as he gets a little bit of pressure on the outside perimeter. Now Jackson Lee. Lee moves it into Chambers. Chambers backs his way into the paint, gives to Lee. Little pop and jump from about 5 feet out, won't fall in. And Normal ends up with the rebound. Bringing the ball up is Crofton Perry. Perry out to the top of the key now. And then back over this way for Justin Potts. Now a dribble drive by Jansen. He can't get there. And a steal attempt by Nick Graff ends up going out of bounds, and Normal will get to keep the ball. They'll inbound with 20.7 seconds to play. Comes out to the midcourt stripe, and that's Crofton Perry with it. 15 seconds left. Perry picks up his dribble, fires it out to the top of the key for Weimer. Back over to where it came from for Perry. Perry gets it back outside. Jansen with a three-point shot. That one misses the mark. Rebound belongs to Normal, and the foul is going to belong to Nick Graff.
So Collinsville is going to bounce back from its worst game of the season, improved to 23-1 tonight. We'll see where the rankings leave them on Monday.
Those usually come out Tuesday, I believe.
Tuesday, okay,
yeah.
Tuesday. So on Monday, be sure to read Ben Hockman's story in the St. Louis Post.
You know I will.
Yes, sir.
That is Tyler Dwinnell at the free throw line. The 6'4" Normal player hits both of his free throws. 1 second left. Collinsville gets the ball in the inbound pass, and that's going to do it. Collinsville wins this one by a score of 54-35. Mr. Wilhelm, thank you very much for joining us.
It was great fun, Todd. I
always appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
I look forward to these games all day before we get here, and then the game's even more fun. So I appreciate it.
Well, you know what? Anytime you want, and anytime Dr. McCluskey can't show up, you are more than welcome to fill in.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That is Dave Wilhelm as we move our way in now to the post-game show, brought to you by Chiropractic Works. Chiropractic Works, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can give Dr. McCluskey a call at 343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
As Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current one? Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now. Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis to help you find the perfect home or to help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at 618-780-4622 or visit them online at BlaylockTeam.com or on Facebook at the Blaylock Team.
Something old can be something new again. The Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville proves that old adage right one more time. Derek and Whitney Reiser, along with brewmaster and distillery operator Torrin O'Brien, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is not just a place to eat and drink, but more of a must-experience destination in the St. Louis area. With its Collinsville Herald newspaper feel, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery features a restaurant, a tap room, and of course a state-of-the-art one-of-a-kind distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery can handle all of your group functions, as well with an event space that can handle you and 79 of your friends for any large gathering. And the food? Well, simply amazing, with local and new favorites, plus brunch on Sundays. How about bocce ball or bags on the patio? Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 855-8027, online at oldheraldbrewing.com, or on Facebook at Old Herald.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And once again, welcome back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network as Collinsville wins this one tonight by a final score of 54-35. Joining us now is Collinsville assistant coach Eric Anderson. Coach, that's a nice rebound from the loss last night against O'Fallon.
Yeah, it was. We came out and I thought we defended pretty well tonight. That was kind of our focus, getting back to Garden and keeping guys in front of us and rebounding, and guys responded pretty nicely with the win.
Yeah, Ray Sean had a little tough trouble there in that first half, only scoring 4 points, a little unusual for him.
Yeah, I don't think he got a lot of good looks, and, trying to get into the flow of the game a little bit, and, Normal slowed it down a little bit. They tried to run their offense, so it wasn't like there was they don't give you any transition opportunities because they don't send anybody to the offensive glass. So they send 4 guys back, and maybe one guy tries to go rebound. So you're not going to get run outs on teams like this. We just told the guys, be patient, run our offense, and, transition will come off of steals or turnovers, things like that, but it's not going to come – we don't get too many run-outs off of rebounds against teams like this. But he was patient. The shots, he started getting some open looks, knocked a couple down, and just kind of went from there.
Normal – they have a pretty good team, and they're a little bit young. Zach Cleveland, that 6'6" sophomore kid, man, he's going to be real good.
Yeah, he's a nice player. He was kind of a unique matchup for us. He's a little mobile inside, and I think he struggled a little bit from the free throw line. But, yeah, overall, he's a pretty good player.
You got a nice game from Keydreen Jones in the paint. He had 10 first-half points, cooled off a little bit there in the second half, but what a good first half.
Yeah, it's always nice getting a little post presence established with him, and he can give us some inside points. That really does help our offense.
All right, and you brought David Granger off the bench a couple of times. He got a couple of key points, but man, for the minute out there, you guys had Laurent Gelladini out there, you had Granger out there, and you had Hall out there. I made a comment. I said, "Now that's a tall, long, and lanky cast they got out there on the floor."
Yeah, we do. We can go with big lineups once in a while, depending on the matchups. But yeah, when they're out there, we feel pretty confident we're going to get some rebounds.
JV team won 46-30. Nice performance by your guys.
Yeah, I thought they played well. We're running offense a lot better now, and they're guarding, they're keeping guys in front of them, and that was the focus here. And I think we're starting to do a little better job not turning the ball over as much.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get going too fast, and I want them to slow down, run offense, and keep their spacing, and they're doing a much better job of that now.
All right. Well, you guys don't have another game until Friday. I bet you're all happy about that, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah. I think everybody, JV and varsity, just need a little rest, get their legs back. We'll come back with Granite, and then Chicago Simeon. Be a tough weekend, but at least we can get some practice in. We'll probably go light Monday and kind of ease back into the week here.
All right. Well, I will be with you Friday at Granite City. So until then, thank you very much.
All right, Todd. Appreciate it.
That is Eric Anderson, the assistant head coach for your Collinsville Kahawks. They win here tonight 54-35, improved their overall record to 23-1. Leading scorer in this one was Rayshon Taylor with 24 points, and that moves him in to the number 2 spot. He passes Richard Keene with his 1,968 points. Taylor now has 1,971, and he is just 29 points away from the elusive 2,000 club, where Tom Parker resides all by himself with those 2,041 points he scored in the 1960s, the late 1960s. So Rayshon is well on his way there. 14 points for KJ in the win. These were the only two in double digits, and the only one in double digits for Normal was Zach Cleveland and his 16 points. Collinsville out-rebounded Normal 26-22. Kahawks were 0 for 5 from the three-point line. Normal was 1 for 7. They hit that three-pointer in the second half, so only one three-pointer in this whole entire contest. Collinsville 6 of 7 from the free throw line, while Normal went 12 of 19, and the Ironmen turned the ball over 11 times compared to only 3 for Collinsville. So the Kahawks pick up a win after last night's loss and are 23-1. They will be back in action Friday at Granite City. We'll have that game for you. First, we'll be back here Tuesday for a little girls basketball action as Alton comes into town to do battle with your Kahawks. Thursday, we'll have some hockey playoffs for you as Collinsville takes on Vianney in Game 1 of the best-of-3 first-round series, and that is all we have for you next week. Big thank you to everybody involved. Zach Roseman over here on the camera, Dave Wilhelm on the other microphone, and everybody who participated in the pre- and post-game shows. That would be Coach Lee and Coach Anderson. My name is Todd Duke, and until Tuesday, everyone have a fantastic weekend and happy Super Bowl Sunday.